Shalom Aleichem Ele Gechevra, Baruch Hashem, we're entering into Chodesh Elul, Yemei Aratzen, one of the most exciting months of the year. It's a month in which we're able to work on a relationship with the Rabbanu Shalom, clearing away anything which gets in the way of us having the most passionate, real, enjoyable relationship with Hashem. And we know that the Sfarim HaGedoshim, and this dates all the way back to the Rishonim, tell us that the word Elul is found hinted at throughout many psukim in Tanakh. And perhaps the earliest and most famous out of all of them is a pasuk in Shir HaShirim of Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li, where Klal Yisrael tells the Rabbanu Shalom that Ani Klal Yisrael is Ledodi to my lover, V'Doidi the Rabbanu Shalom Kaviyachal is Li is to me Klal Yisrael. And that pasuk, the first letter of those four words in the pasuk spell out Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li, spells out the word Elul, Aleph Lamed Vav Lamed. And Rav Moshe Kabiner teaches us, the Heilige Tzaddik teaches us, that if one internalizes and understands this pasuk properly, and one really gets what it means, one can become shikr, one can become drunk with joy over these four words alone, Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li. If you understand that the Rebbeinu is not just Avinu, he's not just our father, he's not just Malkeinu, our king, but he's Doidi, he's our lover, that any relationship that we have in this world, the greatest, most passionate relationship between a husband and a wife, is only a mashal, is only a parable to the relationship that we have between Klal Yisrael and Hashem. And the Rebbeinu is Doidi the way we can't imagine in this world. If we would really internalize that and understand that properly, Rav Moshe Kabiner says one can become shikr with joy over that pasuk alone. So let's understand a little bit how this pasuk really defines for us what the avodah of Elul is. We understand that this remez and this pasuk is not just, it doesn't happen to be that way. We understand that this pasuk is teaching us what the avodah of Elul is, and specifically the avodah of tshuva. So let's discuss how Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li teaches us what our tshuva process is supposed to look like. We know that one can receive criticism from two different people, and it may be the same exact criticism, but the way one receives the criticism is very different. And it all depends on who's giving the criticism. If the one that's giving you the criticism, you don't feel like has your best interest in mind, and you don't feel like it's somebody who really cares about you, when they give you criticism, you automatically put up a defense mechanism, a block, and you get angry at the person who's giving you the criticism, you start looking down upon them, and you start getting upset about the fact that who are they to think that they have the ability to give me criticism when they're not perfect themselves. And you don't take it very well, you don't take it to heart, and it doesn't really help you change. For example, a child in elementary school, when his principal or teacher gives him criticism about his homework, about their behavior, they don't take the criticism well. They don't take the criticism and say, okay, now I want to change, I want to become a better student. Most of the time, the way they take the criticism is the principal needs to tell me what I need to do because that's their job. I need to listen, otherwise there's going to be consequences and punishments. And therefore, I'll listen and I'll do what I need to do because I don't want to be punished. But then there's a whole nother type of criticism. And that's a criticism that you receive from somebody that loves you and somebody who only has your best interest in mind. If you have a close friend, if you have a spouse, a parent, somebody who loves you, and you truly feel like only wants your best, only has your best interest in mind, when they give you criticism, although it's always hard to hear criticism, but when they give you criticism, you take it well. Because you understand that they're not doing it because they're jealous of you. They're not doing it because they hate you. They're not doing it because they want you to fail in life. They're doing it because they want you to improve and be the best you that you can be. Somebody that loves you, that tells you, hey, there's something in your life that, perhaps you can change. Let's work on it together to figure out how you can become the best person you can be. When somebody does that, and it's somebody that you know really loves you, and you know deep down that they only have your best interest in mind, when they give you that piece of criticism, you accept it well. And you say, thank you so much for telling me. You're right, it's something I need to work on. Can you help me? Let's work on this together to help me become the best person I can be. The tshuva process is the second of the two. When we understand that it's Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li, the Rebbeinu is not a principal. The Rebbeinu is not somebody who just needs to give us consequences and punishments and says, hey, Klal Yisrael, you're not the way you should be. There's going to be punishments and consequences. There's a Yom Adin coming up, and if you don't shape up, then I, with the Rebbeinu, the principal, are going to put you in the corner and going to give you punishments. If we understand that that's not the way the tshuva process works, it's Ani Ledodi V'Doidi Li. The Rebbeinu is my lover. The Rebbeinu loves me more than anybody else in the world, more than anything and anybody else can ever love me. And the Rebbeinu is the greatest deity that there could be. When I understand that and I believe that when I go through the tshuva process, I'm approaching Hashem and saying, Hashem, you're my best therapist, you're my life coach, you're my business consultant, you're the one that wants me to succeed. And I know that you only have my best interests in mind. I know that you want me to be the best person I can be. I want to be the best person I can be, and therefore, Rabbanu Shalom, help me get my life back onto track. Help me figure out how I can ensure that I live the life that I want to live. And all of the teichacha and musar that we get from the Rabban Hashem is not criticism from somebody who doesn't love us, but it's criticism from Ledodi, from the one that loves us more than anybody else in the world. And if we understand that properly, ani Ledodi v'Ledodi li, then that's the avodah of tshuva. That's the avodah of Elul. It's avodah of love. It's avodah of sitting down with the Rabban Hashem Kaviyachal, taking the Rabban Hashem's hand, and the Rabban Hashem saying, "Come, Klal Yisrael. Let's become better people. Let's work on ensuring that we're the best people that we can be. Let the Rabban Hashem says, let me give you techacha and musar, which you want to hear because you want to become better people. And you know that I only have your best interest in mind. When we understand that properly, then it puts the whole tshuva in another context. Then the tshuva is not something that we just want to get over with and we just want to get past. We say, this is the greatest month of the year. This is a month in which we can become the people that we want to become. This is the month in which the Rabban Hashem says, I'm going to sit down with you, Klal Yisrael, and help you become the people you want to become. And I'm going to help open up all the doors in your life that you need to be opened in order to become the best you that you can become. So when we understand that properly, that the Rabban Hashem is our lover, the Rabban Hashem has our best interest in mind, and our tshuva is done in such a beautiful way. We love doing tshuva, we love Elul, we love Rosh Hashanah, we love Aseret Yemei Tshuva, Yom Kippur, because these are the days that we know that the Rabban Hashem, who only has our best interest in mind, is opening up doors for us to allow us to become the people who we become. And Hashem, we should be zeicha that as we go into Elul, we should remember, ani Ledodi v'Ledodi li, that's the avodah of Elul. Remember that the Rabban Hashem loves us and only wants our best, only has our best interest in mind. By doing that, we'll become better people, bigger people, and utilize this tremendous opportunity of Elul to become closer and closer with the Rabban Shalom. Have a great day.